I've ever so impatiently waited for this episode ever since I read this part of the story in the manga. Eager to see how the anime would adapt and handle the fight and the aftermath of it. And I do have to say, I really liked what they did with this episode. The fight was perfectly done, it was dramatic enough, it was able to give me the same amount of hype I had when I read the scene in the manga, and the music and animation were on point. It also provides a good setup for future events that are to come. Now, I'm not saying this is a perfect 10 out of 10 episode. There are some small details here and there they could have added which I personally think would have made it better, but that's besides the point. One small thing revealed during this fight, yet not too important at the moment, regards Sherry's backstory. Having seen her mother murdered right in front of her while not knowing the killer, and now years later, her quote-unquote dad being murdered in cold blood by Shadow. Which I do have to say, karma can be a wonderful thing sometimes, considering Sherry's mother was killed for such an immature reason. Going back to Sherry's perspective, the way she decides to leave and study and quote-unquote study abroad, especially considering her grief, you could visibly tell from her emotion. She's definitely on her way to becoming a possible antagonist in the future. She's about to start that revenge arc now. So can we talk about how Sid just casually gets quote-unquote killed by Lutheron, and then it just transitions to Shadow in the next frame? It's like with glasses on, you have Sid, and when the glasses are off, you see this Batman looking ass motherfucker. It's honestly hilarious to the extent Sid goes with his mob techniques. Moving on, I felt it was quite obvious that Lutheron was the one in that knight armor. Now, I'm not saying this as a manga reader, I'm just saying even if I wasn't a source reader, it still would have been kind of obvious in my opinion. I mean, if you pay attention to the voice and the armor, they sounded similar to each other. Plus a pretty sus vibes he's been given before the whole terrorist attack thing. I guess you could also count with him being nowhere around during the hostage situation, or when the school went on fire. I'm sure some of you as anime onlys may have also noticed these hints they've been throwing at us. I'm excited to see the next big fight that will occur soon. It was in a tournament arc, which also I think will be the last arc for the season of the anime, considering the anime just finished like volume 1 after like 9 episodes. There's not really a lot more to say about this episode, but I guess a couple more brief things I want to mention. I love the way Shadow Garden entered the auditorium, and all the members just lining up and following up to Sid's line after he says, "We are Shadow Garden." That was a pretty badass entrance. Gamma came even though she didn't really do anything besides just stand there, but I guess her role in all this was just to bring backup support to Sid so the other subordinates could deal with the Diablo. Also, I found it kind of funny how Gamma just somehow overheard Sid and Lutheron's conversation when Sid mentioned Lutheron could place all the crimes in the world on them, but it wouldn't change anything. And honestly, I do have to say that's a pretty cold ass line. If Beta was there, you would already know she would pull out that bucket and pen, adding it to her fanfic immediately. She's gonna be like, write that down, write this down. Oh shit, I just remembered, I just came up with this theory. Imagine if Sherry joins the cult of Diablos just for the purpose of her getting revenge on Shadow. She's gonna be on that Sasuke type beat. That would be pretty fucking crazy if she actually did though. I probably wouldn't put it against her. Other than that, once I really loved the battle. Sid just blocking Lutheron's attacks with his sword like it's nothing was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here for this review. Leave a like if you enjoyed this review and maybe subscribe. And if you do watch Eminence in Shadow, let me know what you guys think about this episode or the show in general, and I'll see you guys in the next one.